Nobody tells you this part about dreams. They show you the highlight reels, the success stories, the applause, the before and after pictures. But they never show you the nights when you sit alone in a dark room, wondering if you ruined your life by believing in something too big. They never warn you how heavy a dream can become. This is the truth about dreams no one warns you about. I grew up like most people, normal family, normal school, normal expectations, study hard, get a stable job, earn money, get married, build a life that looks safe from the outside. And for a long time, I followed that path. I did what I was told. I got decent grades, I listened to advice, I stayed out of trouble, I tried to be responsible. But deep inside there was something else. A dream. It wasn't even something crazy. It wasn't about becoming world famous or rich overnight. It was just something that felt mine, something that made me feel alive. Every time I thought about it, my heart beat a little faster. And that's how it starts. Dreams don't usually enter your life with fireworks. They enter quietly. A thought, an idea, a feeling that says, this is what I'm meant to do. At first it feels beautiful. You imagine your future. You picture yourself succeeding. You imagine the proud faces of your family. You tell a few close friends. Some smile politely. Some laugh a little. Some say, that's nice. But be realistic. You ignore the doubt. You tell yourself you'll prove them wrong. And for a while, you feel powerful. You wake up early. You work late. You sacrifice weekends. You stop going out as much. You invest your time, your energy, sometimes even your savings. You believe the struggle will be temporary. You believe hard work guarantees success. That's the first lie no one warns you about. Hard work does not guarantee success. It increases your chances, but it does not promise anything. And that's where the real story begins. Months pass, then a year. You're still trying, still pushing. But results are slow, painfully slow. Your friends start moving ahead in their own lives. Stable jobs, promotions, engagements, new cars. They look settled. You look uncertain. Family gatherings become uncomfortable. People start asking questions. So, how's your little project going? When will you get a real job? You're not getting any younger. They don't mean to hurt you, but they do. You smile, you nod, you say, it's going well, even when it's not. Inside, doubt starts growing. Maybe they're right. Maybe I overestimated myself. Maybe I'm not special. You work harder, you sleep less. You try to fix everything at once. But the more desperate you become, the more mistakes you make. Rejections come. Opportunities fall through. People you trusted don't show up. You start comparing yourself to everyone. Scrolling through your phone becomes torture. Everyone seems to be winning. You feel stuck. And here's another truth. Dreams are lonely. Very lonely. At the beginning, people clap for you. In the middle, they disappear. Because the middle is boring. The middle is messy. The middle is where most people quit. There were nights I sat on my bed staring at the ceiling. No music, no distractions, just my thoughts. I would replay every decision in my mind. Should I have chosen safety? Should I have listened to them? Was I selfish to chase this? I felt guilty. Guilty for worrying my parents. Guilty for not earning enough. Guilty for choosing uncertainty over stability. No one talks about that guilt. No one tells you that chasing a dream can make you feel like you're failing everyone around you. And then came the breaking point. It wasn't dramatic. No big explosion, just a quiet moment. I checked my bank account, almost empty. I looked at my phone, no new messages, no new opportunities, just silence. I remember sitting there, feeling small. Not angry, not even sad, just tired. Deeply tired. For the first time, I seriously thought about quitting. Not because I didn't care, but because I cared too much. And it was hurting. That was the moment everything slowed down. I realized something painful. I had built my entire identity around one outcome. If it works, I'm valuable. If it fails, I'm nothing. That's the most dangerous part of dreaming. When your dream becomes your worth. When you tie your self-respect to results you cannot fully control. I had been chasing success, but I had forgotten myself. I forgot that I am more than an achievement, more than a title, more than income. That night, I didn't magically become stronger. I didn't suddenly feel confident. I just accepted something. This might not work. All this effort, all this sacrifice, it might still fail. And strangely, that acceptance made me calmer. Because I finally faced the truth. Dreams do not owe you anything. The world does not reward you just because you tried. Life is not fair, and that hurts. It hurts to admit that talent can go unnoticed, that effort can go unseen, that timing can destroy even the best plans. But here's what hurt even more. The thought of quitting only because I was scared, quitting not because I no longer believed, but because I couldn't handle looking foolish. That's when I understood something important. There are two types of pain, the pain of trying and struggling, and the pain of wondering what if for the rest of your life. Both hurt, but one builds strength, the other builds regret. I stopped chasing validation. I stopped announcing my goals. I stopped trying to impress anyone. I focused on improving quietly, small steps, daily discipline, no drama, no big speeches, just work. Some days were still heavy. Some days I doubted everything again. But I learned to separate my dream from my identity. If it grows, good. If it doesn't, I will still grow. That changed everything, not because success suddenly arrived, but because pressure reduced. I stopped expecting the world to notice me. I started noticing my own progress. And here's the truth no one warns you about. Your dream will test you in ways you never imagined. It will expose your insecurities, your ego, your impatience, your fear. It will show you who you really are when no one is watching. And sometimes, the dream you start with is not the dream you end with. Sometimes you adjust, you evolve, you change direction. That's not failure. That's maturity. We grow up believing that if we dream big and work hard, everything will fall into place. But real life is more complex. Dreams require sacrifice, time, comfort, relationships sometimes, and you must decide if the price is worth it, not once, but again and again. The harsh reality is this. Some people will chase their dream and never reach the version they imagined. That is possible, and you must be strong enough to live with that possibility. Because courage is not believing you will win. Courage is continuing even when you know you might lose. Today, I'm still on the journey, not perfect, not at the top, but stronger, more aware, less desperate. I no longer see my dream as a ticket to prove myself. I see it as a path to discover myself. And that's the shift. Dreams are not just about success, they are about growth. They break you, then they rebuild you. But only if you stay honest with yourself. If you're chasing something right now and it feels heavy, that doesn't mean you're weak. It means you're carrying something important. Just make sure you're not carrying it to escape insecurity. Make sure you're not using it to run from yourself. Chase it because it aligns with who you are, not because you want applause, not because you want revenge, not because you want to silence critics. Because critics never truly go silent. The truth about dreams no one warns you about is simple. They will cost you. They will humble you. They will force you to confront parts of yourself you tried to ignore. But if you survive that process with your character intact, you gain something more valuable than success. You gain self-respect. And self-respect does not depend on results. It depends on who you become while trying. So dream. But dream with open eyes. Work hard. But detach from outcomes. Be ambitious. But stay grounded. Because at the end of the day, life is not measured by how perfectly your dream unfolded. It is measured by the strength you built while chasing it. Dreams are beautiful. But the truth behind them is even more powerful. They don't promise you a perfect future. They shape you into a stronger human being. And that is the real victory.